Oh, he is. Is it at, is it in Houston? Good. Like how the first two games were complete blowouts. I will laugh if they come out like somewhat close to what we were doing right now. No, I mean in terms of a blowout, like the games were blowouts.
On the road looking for a win against a Western Conference rival. The San Antonio Spurs are ready for this thing to get started. The excitement of the NBA is on the way. With Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, this is Kevin.
No, I predict Cleveland will win.
And a look at the starters for San Antonio. Defensive-minded Green and Leonard are the wings. Duncan is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Parker in at the point. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession.
There are certain things, guys, that you can always count on in life. Death, taxes, and, of course, the Spurs winning 50 games in the regular season. Happened for the 16th straight season last year.
Here's Howard. The shot no good. Duncan with some nice D. The drive by Green.
A long windup and a strong follow-through on that one-hand jam.
He's not going to mess that one up for sure.
Well, I sure hope not. A lot of times in the first quarter, it will dictate how big a role a player has later on.
Duncan kicks to Leonard. From 11 feet away. Offensive rebound. Stolen by Beverly. It's Harden with the drive. And that one's good. Harden's got 5 points so far.
And he's starting to get what he wants here early and often. Nice move.
Tim Duncan, even in his advanced years, showing you that great vision and still getting it done. Nice pass.
And guys, remember, LaMarcus Aldridge last January suffering a torn ligament in his thumb, scheduled to undergo surgery and miss 2 months of the season. But he opted to tough it out and keep playing. And, boy, how big was that for the Blazers?
Parker kicks to Duncan. And it's good on the assist by Parker.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see them operating a lot of their offense from the interior today.
Now, here is Harden. He's got 5. The pass to Howard. 6 on the shot clock.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne.
The second effort. Can't hit. And San Antonio will go the other way with it. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. And Aldridge postponing that thumb injury surgery, even though they said it might double his eventual recovery time.
Yeah, I think it's pretty admirable that he was out there because he wasn't just playing in pain. He was playing hurt. That shows you his commitment to winning.
Ariza no luck.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for Green. There's the dish to Capella. Houston moving the ball around. Ariza goes in. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Leonard with no one around. And that comes off the assist by Duncan.
Well, the first thought from the D there was to protect the rim, so good idea to take the three in transition.
Reeves the dishes to Howard. Hits the fadeaway. Howard's got 6.
He's having quite the quarter here, guys. I mean, shooting the ball extremely well.
Howard with the steal. And here we go. Beverly heading to the hoop. All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for the Rockets.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
So another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
And Ginobili, here we go. Can't cash in on the 10-foot jumper.
In a season where everyone in the Southwest made it to the playoffs, you just knew it was going to be a war of attrition night in and night out. Still, the Rockets managed
straight
to
up
come
his
out on
ass
top in the division.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. And the Rockets were just 8 up and 8 down in the Southwest Division. But Clark, they won the out-of-division games they needed to in order to take the division crown.
Exactly, and it was a tough year to do that because the division was so tough. It was actually the first ever Southwest Division title for the Rockets.
Ty Lawson, he's checked in for Patrick Beverly. Now the feed to Ginobili. Passes it to Mills. Back to Ginobili. And they get it. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Lawson the pass to Harden. That is in there. Lawson with the assist. And that's 11 points for James Harden.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Giving up too many open shots. I mean, that's what's happening here, Greg. They look to me to be a bit sluggish.
And it's Howard finishing it off.
And a huge lead here early to start.
Well, you know, right from the tip, there's not anything they haven't done well so far. Most of the time, that shot will go down. Or the defenders have to make sure they tag.
Ariza no luck. Spurs trailed by 12. Ginobili kicks it to West. Pass to Mills. West dishes to Simmons. Ginobili outside. Just 5 to shoot. Kicks it to Diaw. Stolen by Harden. And here we go. Harden heading to the hoop. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Harden.
Like, not even close.
Here's Mills. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Drops in the tray. Mills has got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Spurs. Harden has a wide-open look. And we reached the end of the first quarter.
Well, he wouldn't have stepped
Rockets
in.
on top, up 9. We'll get things started in the second quarter when we return.
Yeah, they got to take that out of the
And
game.
welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets
They
underway.
don't actually do that.
Let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the
Especially
Rockets,
nowadays.
guys.
It's like, I'm going to step back.
And it's really about limiting their mistakes. And early on, they've been able to do that here in the first.
And, guys, I like what I've seen from them on the other end, forcing a few giveaways, and that's allowed them to widen that turnover margin.
Brewer is out there with McDaniels. That's Thornton. Then it's Jones. And it's Lawson in at the 1 spot. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Rockets.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
Duncan, he's checked in for San Antonio. Parker comes in for Patty Mills. It's no secret, Clark, what this Houston Rockets team wants to do. They want to get to the line, drive the lane, and hurt you from outside the arc.
And they'll do it all at a very fast pace. I mean, they're fun to watch. The pace is something that I think sneaks up on teams sometimes, Kevin.
Good point. And it's the Rockets with the ball. They set the pick. Lawson kicks to McDaniel. Brewer's shot is off.
And no doubt the Rockets were one of the faster-paced teams in the league last year. When you have the firepower they do, you want it to become a scoring fest. And how about the stingy defense there to deny that pass?
Lawson's against Parker. And Lawson with the drive. The open shot by Brewer. That one falls, coming off Lawson's feet.
A lot of the wins for the Rockets, guys, I thought last year came from just wearing down their opponent. I mean, you can keep up with their pace for a quarter, maybe two, but it's very hard to sustain it for 48 minutes, shot for shot.
Here is Lawson, following the basket by Tim Duncan. Here's McDaniels. Outside for Thornton. No good with the triple. And K.J. McDaniels gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Spurs trail by 6. And Parker, here we go. And stolen by Thornton. Lawson kicks to Brewer. Leonard with the steal. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. Aldridge, the pass to Green. And the three off target.
You can't get into much better position for the three than that. Everything was right on target. It just didn't fall.
You know what? Didn't find a very good shot on that possession, but still able to get 2 points.
Now here's Parker. And rejection by McDaniel.
And for Terrence Jones, there's a quiet excitement surrounding him in personnel circles. Last season, he was a much better rim protector, way up in blocks, and his three-point percentage was up as well. So those are the kinds of year 3 improvements that talent evaluators are always looking for, especially when you come into the league as an underclassman. You know what? He wasn't going to wait around for any help on that break.
Solo soiree performance all the way. How about that for a little bit of a limerick?
I'm going to let it slide.
The Rockets with another miss. Looking at Terrence Jones, he really has that complete game. His ability to make a play at the rim, hit 35% of his threes. He's a multi-dimensional threat. Long player, well-schooled, falls in line, I think, very well with any good team in this particular case, with one of the playoff teams in the West.
Yeah, he's one of the more efficient players in the league, over 53% his first 3 seasons. So defenses might want to choose to ignore somebody else.
Knocks it loose. And the Rockets with possession here.
Even with that
shot clock at 6. Beverly dishes to Ariza. Here's Capella.
No.
Misses off the right iron.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Leonard, no luck. Rockets leading by 3 to the right side. Houston moving the ball around. No good from Howard.
I'm shocked that it didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
You make people pay on those every time.
But zeros from long range in the second quarter.
This announcer knows his
Boy,
shit.
he shows a lot of desire when he's fighting for that tough board, and his length doesn't hurt either.
And it's out of bounds. The Spurs able to retain possession here.
Yeah, it's just,
well, close to picking that one off.
Still a nice play to make sure that pass didn't reach its target.
So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. And here's Mills for 3. Rockets have gone just 2 of 8 shooting here in the second quarter.
You should be mad.
For a while, the Spurs were viewed as a slow-it-down team from their championships almost a decade ago. That isn't the case at all anymore.
You know, I think it took the viewing public quite a while to catch on, though, Kevin, because now most people look at the Spurs as one of the more exciting brands of basketball in our league. Just watching one game of them, and now you know that is the case.
Now here's Mills. Dwight Howard missing his last shot. Lets it go with a three. Mills can't hit.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
Here's Harden. Off the left rim and out.
You know, for the Spurs playing up tempo, I mean, they made that adjustment several years back, to their credit. Since then, they've been one of the more up-tempo and offensive-minded teams in the league.
The Spurs have started out 0 of 1 from the line, missing their only other attempt earlier. 23 seconds left in the first half. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. But they recover it. Capella kicks to Howard. Shot to end this cold run. And that's 2 points on the layup. Howard's got 10. The Spurs have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far. No good on that one.
This guy is really out of his element.
And he's good on the second.
To give up on this.
5 seconds left here in the second. It's Harden with the drive, and he gets the bucket. 13 points in the game.
It is so hard to contain it. He just seems to get it done however he has to do it.
And
well, he needs them. I don't know. I'm assuming if he has them on, he needs them.
welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half.
What a performance for Harden.
I don't know what that is.
He's got 13 points, and he's got 9 points from behind the arc.
And that's been an important part of his game today, is really space the floor.
And we welcome you back to start the quarter. Players had a chance to get hydrated with Gatorade. And there's certain to be some great basketball ahead for us. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
And the threes, they just dropped for him consistently. He was in a zone in that first half.
I'll say, I mean, this couldn't have been a more productive day for him from long range so far.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the court for San Antonio. The always reliable Parker and Green in the backcourt. Kawhi Leonard is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Duncan in the 5 spot. Well, Dwight Howard had that back surgery, and he's had knee trouble, and he is no longer quite as Dominic Clark as the player we saw back in certainly his younger days in Orlando.
Yeah, but nonetheless, Kevin, he's still in the conversation for best centers in the NBA. I think he remains a superstar big man when he's healthy.
Spurs trail by 4. Parker kicks to Leonard. The kick out to Aldridge. Shot from 12. The Rockets pull it in. They've held a 12-point lead early. Harden the pass to Howard. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Guys, this one is threatening to get really ugly.
Now, here's Parker. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. And Capella sends it back. Ariza goes in. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Now, here is Harden. He's got 15. He dishes it to Capella. 4 on the clock. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Spurs trail by 6. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
I got to find something. You're right.
That's how to orchestrate for your teammate. Terrific pass.
Green again. It's Harden. To the paint. Capella dishes to Howard. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it.
You're throwing back.
And the Spurs last season became the first franchise to hire a female assistant coach. A big step, not just for the Spurs, but really for all of the NBA.
Houston leads by 4. Harden outside. Howard with it. Guarded now by Duncan. Howard draws the double. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Fires the 3. Kicks it out to Ariza. Down low. Poked away. In the corner. Harden. And he lobs it up.
The absurdity of what's happening.
And oh, here we go with Leonard. Nobody back. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and trigger the fast break.
And now just a one-possession game thanks to that quick hitter. Outstanding play in the open court.
And Howard, here we go. And he jams it with authority.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
Now, here's Leonard. 8 points for him. 6 on the shot clock. The 3 from Harden. Good for basket number 7 tonight on a not-so-unlucky 13 shots.
You recognize there a good job by him that he could find some room behind that three-point line on the break.
Duncan. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. All going up court. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
Yeah, the defender all over.
Greg, he got him good there. That's why the shot was so far off.
Houston with a big group substitution here. Jones checked in for Howard. Brewer comes in for Trevor Ariza.
Like below
Marcus
40,
Thornton, he's checked in for James Harden. And Ty Lawson subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Shots good from West.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Pass to Ginobili. West outside. Plays it up and banks it in. West has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Got a little room at the rim and laid it in. Great play.
For 3, Lawson. And that one's good. And the Rockets lead by 8.
A very good half for them from the field. They've got their shooting percentage up over 50%.
Yeah, their offense heating up, and anytime you shoot it this well, you're going to give yourself a chance to get the double. Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Guys, that's been the key to their lead. I mean, simply put, the effort they've displayed on the glass has been the difference.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. High arcing shot. Spurs trail by 8. West kicks to Ginobili. Shot's good by Mills. Mills has got 5 now.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches who used to say, that ain't gonna get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
Stolen by Ginobili. West passes to Mills. His three-pointers off the mark.
And that's playing into the hands of...
And that's it for the third quarter. Both teams scoring well as we head to the fourth. The Rockets on top. They're up by 6. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter.
Basketball.
Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. We've got Thornton. McDaniels is out there with Terrence Jones. Then there's Brewer. And it's Lawson in at the point guard. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets.
Now, this is why the breakaway rim was invented. For plays just like that.
Well, he almost brought the whole thing down, Clark, by hanging on that long.
Yeah, he did.
I tell you what, though, great dunk, and this is even a better game we got going on right now.
Leonard attacking, and they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
Yeah, you heard.
Boy, their passing has been picturesque. A thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
They do, and you also see a lot of points have come off the dribble penetration. They've been aggressive on the bounce at attacking the defense.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
It's a good one.
Now, here is Lawson.
I couldn't get through.
Just 5 on the clock.
I couldn't get through it all.
Houston needs to get a shot. And a wide open look for Thornton. That one falls, coming off Lawson's feet.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Lawson's got his 4th assist in this one. Now, here's Mills. Defense right on him. Back to Diaw. Leonard attacking. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
And they'll be counting on even more points from him. That's essential if they're going to pull this game out.
Houston, a whole new
It's like
on
a
the floor.
skillet.
San Antonio also making some changes. Tim Duncan, he's checked in for West. Aldridge comes in for Boris Diaw. And Parker subbed in for Patty Mills. Harden
Apparently
dishes
he can play
to Howard.
defense this game.
From
Something
11
he's
feet
so
away.
known for.
And it's off the back rim. No good. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Spurs making a switch here. Green's checked in. The drive by Aldridge. Great D that time from Howard. From the arc. And James Harden hits from deep. Harden's got 21 in the game.
Dropping bombs. How many more threes are we going to see from him tonight?
Well, we've already seen plenty. And he's got more points from outside the arc than inside of it so far.
No good on the triple. San Antonio trailing here. Feeds it to Parker. All sorts of time. Ariza with the rebound. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. And it's Howard finishing it off.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And guys, mark that play right there, because that could be the one that leads to a surge to break this thing wide open. And the next one puts them in the bonus.
Yep, they'll be trying to draw that next foul quickly so they can start getting those easy chances at the strike.
Whoa!
Woo. Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, you know, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
I'm startled that he would even try something like that at this stage of the game.
And now running it up the court. Green pushing it all the way. Outside Leonard.
All right, great screens, boys.
Aldridge with a screen on Harden. Leonard attacking. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Leonard playing extremely well. He has 20 points, and all the steals he's collected only add to his impressive stat line.
Whether he's picking someone's pocket or picking off a pass, he has been a disruptive force out on the floor.
Oh,
Of course, he didn't have an attempt
First
there
ball.
in the first half,
Yeah,
He's
you hit
hoping
it
to
off
be a
your
little
leg.
bit more active and aggressive here and draw some fouls here in the second.
Here's Parker.
Oh, no.
Leonard, no luck.
Just to jump into him.
Rockets have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a
Thought I had
42%
you.
mark in the quarter. Harden, no good. The Spurs have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Leonard again.
No, I almost had you.
Off the
Then you
pick.
said, no, you didn't even have your
And
card.
it's Leonard again missing.
Oh, yeah,
The right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
There's the screen. And Tim Duncan gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
Well, I tried to foul like 5 times.
1:29 left in the fourth.
Good
Foul
foul.
call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they
that one
really
looks
want. He's
egregious.
got one more, though.
Yeah?
He's able to hit the second one, and that
Think about how
gives
he
them
shoots,
the
that
lead.
doesn't make sense.
And you can sense that the pressure might have gotten to him a little bit, but he did do enough to put them in the lead.
San Antonio calls timeout. They're losing by 1. We've got 1:28 left in the fourth quarter. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Guys, thank you. I got a chance to hear what Greg Popovich was saying to his team. And with the game still very much in play, he sounded very confident, telling the players, don't let up. This is where we make our move. Right now. Go take it. Kevin?
Now Harden. Kawhi Leonard missing from long range. Good. 20 points for Howard.
They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. Being very selective and deliberate in their offense. And that's a good strategy when you're on top.
He drops the first one, and that brings them within 2 here.
The story in the first half was their low free throw percentage. They've corrected that here in the second half, and hopefully they can build on it as this game continues to progress.
Guys, that was critical. I mean, that's what we're used to seeing out of him, though, at moments like this.
Tremendous output from Howard. He's got 12 rebounds, and he's been a good on-the-ball defender, too. He's got a pair of steals.
The whole time.
Yeah, he's just made a lot of very heads-up plays, and his defense really has been a difference maker.
Oh, he's going to go to it if they're
And
ever
the
like
second
down.
of 2 is good. That will put them up by 2.
Missed a chance to put them up 3. That's going to affect how they set up on defense this trip now.
Aldridge, no one around him.
Not to every player on the team.
Yes! He has tied up this game. Oh, what a shot.
Just look at what Aldridge is doing.
Harden draws the double to the inside. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
Manu Ginobili's checked in for San Antonio.
And you can see it in his eyes right now. Parker is going for the jugular.
Holla, holla, holla. We're going to have
Still
a
a
tag
chance
team.
here, but they need to score.
I really agree, but it has to happen on every possession. They need points every trip.
And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2.
So, I can hit these.
And so he drops them both. It's a 4-point ball game.
Yeah,
And I don't need to tell you guys, those free throws are big 2-possession games. Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call.
What I was
Simple.
thinking there.
And both free throws good for James Harden.
Big time trip to the line there. Bringing this down to a 1-possession game.
Here's San Antonio now. They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Yeah, but Greg,
is
they
a
didn't really
choke
have
artist.
another option. I mean, I thought they did a nice job getting it in his hands and making sure he was the guy who'd go to the line.
Gotta score quickly.
Yeah, no time to waste here, partner.
Launches it. Rebound San Antonio. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
No, you got to foul. I mean, it's going to come down to free throws here. Foul right away.
So he gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Clutch free throws there. That should ensure they're going home with the W.
Timeout called, the Rockets. They trailed by 6. There's 10 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Guys, your thoughts?
And I'm not sure the 2-point bucket does much here. I think they got to go for 3.
That's no brainer, partner. I mean, that's their only choice. Shoot the 3 and hopefully get it down and then foul.
Parker with the steal.
Well, I scored like
And there's
all his
a whistle.
points in
That's
the
going to go
second
on
half,
James Harden.
or in the fourth.
That will get him his 4th foul of the game. And
No,
to the
but, like,
bonus, we'll head to the line for 2.
Give him more credit than that.
And he
Well,
hits
these
both free
guys,
throws
yeah.
here. So now it's a 6-point ball game. Missed. And so it's San Antonio with the win. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother them. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Yeah. Fire. Kawhi 27.